This video, we're going to do a little bit of conspiracy theory, and we're going to discuss the ghost of Facebook, Emily. Okay guys, welcome back. So, apparently the story, from what I understand, broke about 2 days ago, but today has been really hitting steam on the internet, in particular Facebook. Obviously, the Nation Facebook page shared this. We all had a big discussion, and I said, you know, I definitely got to get this video up and discuss this and see what other people think that are not on the Nation. See if they've even heard of this. I'm sure you guys have. And is it traditionally a conspiracy theory video or a conspiracy theory? No. I mean, it's not government related. It's nothing that has to do with aliens or the end of the world or anything like of that sort. But the conspiracy is whether or not the story is true. Now, obviously, there's skeptics out there who are just completely dismissing this as big hoax, and there's believers out there who feel that it's possible that with enough strength of the spirit that it could linger and possibly trying to get a last-minute message to their loved ones. So, to run down the story real quick, a young man named Nathan, girlfriend, died in 2012 in a car accident. It was very tragic. She died instantaneously from what I've read. And from that moment up until, I guess, recently, he has more or less been communicating with her via Facebook. He kept her Facebook page active after her death, with only him and his mother having access to the page. Excuse me, not his mother, her mother. And after investigation, he found out that his mother, his girlfriend, his former girlfriend's mother, had not been accessing the page since shortly after her death. And after taking it further and investigating with Facebook or maybe authorities of some sort, turns out that the ISP address of where her messages are coming from are from his home. You know, in other words, it's not that it's coming from his home. He's the only active IP address that's been on the account. In other words, after investigating to see if somebody was hoaxing or hacked the account, turns out no. The only one who's been using the account is him. So that could beg to argue that on one hand there is something strange going on, or on the other hand he is just sending himself messages. So what do I think? You know, I believe in the afterlife. I do believe in ghosts and things like that. I've had my own experiences that have convinced me to be a believer. With that said, you guys know for the most part I'm 50-50. I like to keep an open mind. I don't like to immediately dismiss something as impossible, but at the same time, I do try and say, okay, well, look, let's try and look at this from a logical standpoint. I don't think, first of all, if this is real, at least we have confirmation that there is social networking in the afterlife, okay? So the tweens can be happy, okay? That way, if they happen to kick the bucket while they're texting and driving, in the afterlife, they can easily Facebook their friends and say, hey, look, I just died, okay? I'll still be talking on Facebook, but I can't make the movies Friday night. Okay? So that, at least we know that. But in all seriousness, if this is true, and if this gentleman is really having a hard time communicating, because it gets a little creepy. Some people are like, you know, there's some people who are like, true or not, this is a creepy story. And it is creepy to some extent, because at the end of the story, apparently his alleged girlfriend sends him a message with a picture of his front door, and you can see inside his home with his computer on, and I think he's sitting at the computer, not 100% sure, and he's scared to death. I think that is, he said, one of the motivations for making the post and sharing it. Nonetheless, again, if it's real or not, it'll make for a very interesting story. I believe that, you know, if it is true, if this is really happening to this guy, I think you should embrace it. You know, this is your girlfriend probably trying to tell you I love you one last time before she takes off. And this is the best way to do it because, you know, you weren't there when she died. You know, and I don't mean that in a malicious way. You know, you were doing your thing, she was at work, and you were expecting her home at a certain time, no big deal. And unfortunately, she got into an accident, and she could not see you before she went. And she was not, and he says in his story, she wasn't an affectionate woman. She didn't like to say I love you. Maybe this is her spirit lingering, wanting to say those words. Kind of like the movie Ghost. You know, Patrick Swayze's character doesn't like to say the ILU, And finally, he kicks the bucket and says, wait, I can't go anywhere. I have to tell her I love her. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's what this is all about. On the other side of things, if this is a fake story, then, somebody asking for attention. The guy did admit to being a recluse. He said even now he's more of a hermit. Maybe there is some truth to the story, and instead of the whole ghost thing, this is his way of trying to get the attention he needs to deal with the death of his girlfriend. Who knows? You guys decide whether or not it's worth believing. But like I said, it's an interesting story. I'm sure we'll find out the facts eventually. When you get this much attention, you're going to have to come forward. Someone's going to want to interview him. So if he's smart and it's a fake story, best bet is to come clean before the chips start falling. And we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, nonetheless, it's an interesting tale. If you haven't heard about it, I'll put a link of the story in the description for you guys to link and check it out. Basically details from the time it started all the way up until recently. And it's an interesting story, whether real or not. It is quite the read. It is a little bit creepy. Would make for a very good scary movie. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment and the paranormal.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do a little bit of conspiracy theory, and we're going to discuss the ghost of Facebook, Emily. Okay guys, welcome back. So, apparently the story, from what I understand, broke about 2 days ago, but today's been really hitting steam on the internet, in particular Facebook. Obviously, the Nation Facebook page shared this. We all had a big discussion.